Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi, and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. First of all, bigging up to my brother. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday going out to Laurie. Make sure you have a good one, so big up to him. And also, congratulations going out to the England team. They did it. They have made it to the finals of the Euros. I said it all along that I think they would get there, even though they weren't playing well. The side of the group that they were on was favourable, and they have the quality players that will step up. Well done to Bukayo Saka. Another decent game yesterday. Declan Rice, big him up as well. It was his error on the goal. He made a mistake, lost the ball in midfield, and then Simons went on and scored that absolutely brilliant rocket. But after that, what I loved about Declan Rice is his character. After that, he didn't let that get him down. He still played his game. He was still brave on the ball. And that shows the character of a player that is a real leader and a very, very important player. And those two, by injury, will definitely feature in the final. And big up to Ollie Watkins as well. What a finish that was. We keep talking about strikers and the need for them on this show. After that game, there was an avalanche of fans saying, come on, get him in at Arsenal. None of them mentioned him before. This transfer window, anyway, he has been mentioned before, but this transfer window, no one spoke about Ollie Watkins. He scores that goal. Go on, Arteta sign him, Edu. But listen, well done to Ollie Watkins. Clinical finish. We've seen him doing that, including against us at Arsenal. Now, for the last couple of seasons, he's a very, very good striker indeed. And England through to the final, where they will take on Spain. So that means another week there for Raya, another week there for Ramsdale, Saka, Rice. They're not going to be ready for the start of the season, are they? I mean, they're going to need a big rest after this. This has been intense. But well done to them for getting there anyway. What's happening with Calafiori? Riccardo Calafiori still not signed at Arsenal. I'm going to have to start turning this into Riccardo Calafiori Daily. You know what I mean? As we've done in the past with other names that have been linked and still haven't signed. Our signings do seem to take long, because that player that was linked to Chelsea last week after the Calafiori one is I think that's about to be announced. Still not completed, but Fabrizio Romano saying that discussions are still taking place between Arsenal and Bologna, but nothing to worry about. Everything's really more or less agreed, and it is still expected to go through and to be fully completed over the next couple of days, but it takes ages, don't it? Bloody hell. Nico Williams, of course, who we'll get to see on Sunday, is going to be fascinating. You know, we're going to see some great wingers in that final. Nico Williams, Yamal, and Saka. I mean, who's going to come out on top in that? But we know that Arsenal are interested in him. Apparently, Nico Williams not that happy with Barcelona's president, who's been coming out very publicly speaking about, you know, signing Nico Williams, how he's going to do it, how Barcelona, you know, what he thinks the setup will be. Listen, Barcelona really, really want to sign Nico Williams. Nico Williams, you know, wants to stay at Bilbao. Probably would prefer to stay in Spain. They're the favourites to sign him. However, the reports are that Mikel Arteta still wants him, still would like to sign Nico Williams. That still will be one of his favourite signings. So you can't discount it completely. Gonna be so fascinating after those Euros. Who goes and meets that release clause? We know the financial difficulties that they have at Barcelona. They're going to have to move on players to enable it to happen. Arsenal can do it Will they make a move? Will they get encouragement from the player? His wages are going to be high. Can Barcelona meet that? Fascinating times ahead for Nico Williams, but Arteta wants him still. So let's see how that works out. Linked with a player today, Joao Gomes. I think personally a brilliant player. I remember watching him last year for Wolves against us and thinking, hey, this kid's good. Central midfielder, can also play deeper as well as a defensive midfielder. Only bought in January 2023 by Wolves. They bought him from Flamengo, but he's already proving to be a real fan's favourite at Wolves. Very strong on the ball, got a lot of quality and a very, very good player. Now, Arsenal, a couple of reports here. Arsenal have inquired about the Brazilian player. Then there's another report from Rudy Galletti, the journalist, who says that Arsenal, Spurs, Manchester United and Manchester City have all made inquiries about him as well. Wolves are going to do well to hold on to him, but as I said, they only just bought him. They were in a bit of financial problems with, all the whole PSR stuff, but they have moved on Max Kilman now and got a big sum of money in for him from West Ham. So they will demand a very, very high fee for Joao Gomes, even though they just bought him. Even though he's valued at around that £35 million, they're probably going to want about 60 million or try to get as close to that as possible, which none of the clubs will want to pay. But he is definitely a real talent and one to watch. Andriy Lunin, the Ukrainian goalkeeper for Real Madrid, who done brilliantly for them last season, deputising for Thibaut Courtois, who was out literally for the whole season, returned back for the Champions League final, of course. We know that he's been linked heavily with Arsenal. The links continue. The journalist Graham Bailey saying that Arsenal are in talks with Real Madrid about signing him. Now, his contract is running down. He's only got a year left on that contract. As I said, Courtois came in for him in the final. Courtois' back now, and that means that he's going to have limited game time. Arsenal very interested in signing him, a very, very talented goalkeeper who's at the Euros, even though he didn't start every game at the Euros. Will Arsenal make a move and try and sign him? If he does come in as well, is he number 2 to Raya? Because I guess if you sign a Lunin, surely that means Ramsdale's moving on. Would he be a number 2 to Raya? And in that case, if he's not wanting to be number 2 to Courtois, does he want to come to Arsenal to be number 2 to Raya? Very, very fascinating indeed, but we will keep an eye on that one. And then, of course, we've been linked with Dan Bentley of Wolves. I spoke about this one on Monday. That Arsenal, I think it was David Ornstein who broke the news originally that Arsenal were talking to Wolves about signing him. Arsenal apparently put in a bid of I have to laugh at this one, £500,000, which has been rejected by Wolves. That's got to be the lowest fee I've heard of that has actually been rejected for a Premier League player. Rejected. Wolves are like, no chance, right? They want to receive enough money to be able to go and buy a replacement. Listen, he's not valued at a huge amount of money. I think his valuation's around about 2 million. His contract is running down as well. Wolves see him as a good cover, and if they're going to sell him, they want a replacement for him. And is he coming in as a third choice goalkeeper? Does that then mean that we're moving Karl Hein out on loan? Interesting where Bentley is considered to be playing. Is he a number 2 or number 3? But £500,000 bid rejected. I expect Arsenal probably to go back in with a higher bid. So he could still become an Arsenal player. A player who's in high demand is Jakub Kiwior. Very high demand. Arsenal will be happy about this if they are looking to sell him. Sevilla apparently have had a bid rejected for him. We know that Sevilla are trying to buy Albert Sambi Lokonga at the moment. They've had a bid rejected by Arsenal. I'm not sure of how much that bid was, but rejected from Arsenal for Kiwior. Bologna, who we're buying, Calafiori off, they apparently have inquired about Jakub Kiwior. They're interested in him as well. Juventus want him. Inter Milan want him. AC Milan are interested. Those are a lot of top clubs that are interested in Jakub Kiwior. Beggars a question, should we really be selling him? right? Should we be keeping hold of him? Because, a lot of teams see him as top quality. I do think he's going to move on this summer. I really do, especially with Calafiori coming. I think once the Calafiori deal's confirmed, I can't see him staying. But where is he going to end up and how much is he going to go for? Arsenal said to want at least £25 million. And when you've got so many clubs chasing him, I think they'll be confident of getting that. And Arsenal have apparently won the battle to keep hold of Chido Obi Martin, who was a phenomenon last year. I think it was 32 goals he scored, breaking a record for, a youngster. 16 years old. And listen, when you see what that Yamal is doing over at the Euros, a 16-year-old kid tearing it up like what Chido was doing, you better hold on to him, right? The problem Arsenal have got is that, he's still only 16, has to sign to a scholarship, and he's had loads of clubs interested in signing him. Bayern Munich and other clubs over there in Germany, other Premier League clubs. However, reports are saying that he's decided to stay at Arsenal. Arsenal have fought off the competition from all these clubs, and he's decided to stay. They've apparently, offered him a new deal that shows him a pathway through to getting into the first team. It has been a complaint, amongst fans that, they're not seeing enough academy players come through into the team, which actually, in fact, when you look at Arsenal last season, Reece Nelson, academy player, Nketiah, academy player, Emile Smith-Rowe, academy player, and also Saka. Those are 4 academy players that are actually, but I guess in recent times, some of the top talent haven't really got much game time. But hopefully by keeping hold of Chido Obi Martin, that sends a good signal to those players that there is a pathway. We have let go players like Cozier Dewberry this summer. So, it would be good to keep hold of some of these top talents, especially, like I said, as you see what some of the young players are doing at the Euros. It's incredible what they're doing. Young players, 16, 17, 18, Arda Güler, 19. It's amazing. So the young talent really shining through. Those are the rumours for today. Don't forget to check out Talking Transfers. It's going to be live today. Make sure you check that out. And thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow.